In the last video, we talked about installing Docker and Portainer on Ubuntu in less than 2 minutes. Today, I want to take a look more at Portainer, and I want to show you guys something that's going to save you a lot of time, and I think you're really going to love. Having a web UI for your Docker interface is a wonderful thing. What's even more wonderful is having that UI and having a template within that UI that allows you to set up applications with just one click. That's right. How about hundreds of applications ranging from Pi-hole, Sonar, Radar, NZBGet, and what about your favorite reverse proxy manager? That's right, that's in there as well. A lot of you out there have been trying to figure out a way to successfully install Bookstack. In fact, there's probably quite a few applications within this template that you've probably tried to install in the past and just haven't been able to do that. With the one-click ability using this template, makes things a lot easier. So today I'm going to be using Bookstack as an example. I'll be installing that with just probably 1 or 2 clicks and showing you just how easy it is. So let's get started. So there's a couple things I want to look at before we get started installing this template. And the first thing is make sure you're logged into Portainer, and we're going to go and check out our endpoints here really quick. And once you go into endpoints, you click on local. We're going to go ahead and give this a public IP, or in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and stick the host name in here, which is test.local. Or if you know the IP address of the machine this is installed on, you can put that in there as well. And I will click Update Endpoint. That way, when we come back to our containers and we see these little ports here, you can see when I hover over it down the bottom left-hand corner of my screen down here, it says test.local port 8000. So if I was to click the 9000 one to load up this again, it brings up Portainer. And this will work the same way with all of the applications that we install through Portainer. Makes things a little easier. Now that we updated our endpoints, we're going to go ahead and go to the SelhostedPro self-hosted template repo. Now, all of this information will be in the description below, so you can quickly find it and you can quickly navigate to wherever you need to go to make this happen. When you get to this repo page, you'll click on the template, and then you'll click on the template JSON. And then we're going to do one more click to make this work. We'll click on this little raw button right here, and this brings up the JSON file that we need for our template. So we're going to grab this link, highlight it, and copy it. We'll go back to Portainer, and now we're going to go into our settings, and we're going to enable external templates by ticking Use External Templates. And this is where we're going to put the URL. So let's paste it in there, and then we'll click Save Settings. It says settings have been updated. And now when we go to App Templates up here, here are all of those applications I was telling you about earlier. Like I said, there's over 100 of them in here, so I'm sure you'll probably see a couple in here that probably spark your interest. There's quite a few of them. What's cool about this is at the very top, you can search. It's kind of hidden, but it is there. So if I want Sonar, you can search for Sonar, and there it is. But for this example, we're going to do Bookstack. And there it is. When I click on this, all I have to do is set up a DB password, a port, and the time zone, and then just click Deploy Stack. Let's see if it works. So let's go ahead and call it Bookstack. And we'll leave the PUID and PGID the same. I'll say America. I'll just put Chicago since I'm on the East Coast. And for the database password, I'll just call it Bookstack. I know it's not very secure, but you can put whatever you want in here for both of those passwords. And for the port, I'm going to put it on 8912. It doesn't really matter what port you put it on as long as it's not on a port that's being used. And then all we have to do is click Deploy the Stack. And you'll notice that this will take a few minutes. And this really depends on what type of machine you're on, how strong the machine is, but give it a few minutes and it will do its thing and it will eventually load up. One thing that I thought was important to note is this information up here at the top. It says default login is admin@admin.com with password of password. The database created is called Bookstack app, and the database user is called Bookstack. So this is information you're going to need to remember once you're done setting this up and after this actually deploys and finishes. Okay, so when it's done deploying the stack, it'll actually take you to the stacks page so you know that it's here and you can see the stack, you can look at it in the editor, and there is the compose right there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the containers, and there's our Bookstack container. We have the Bookstack app container, and we have the Bookstack database container. So here's to hoping that when we click our port that it loads up Bookstack. Oh, hey, look, it's Bookstack. This is where that information comes in handy that we read earlier about the admin username and the password. So if you remember correctly, it was admin@admin.com, and then it was password. Hey, look, it worked. What's the first thing I always do when I log into a UI with dark mode? So much better. So there it is, Bookstack installed. One click. All I had to do is type in a couple things and click deploy. It doesn't get any easier than that. How many times have I said that in my videos? Well, that's why I enjoy making these videos. So let's go back. Let's recap a little bit. A friend of mine by the name of SelhostedPro and I have put together this list of all these applications that make it easy for you to use in Portainer to one-click deploy. And that's exactly what we did. So if we go back to our app templates and we remove the search, we can see all of these amazing applications in here. And you can do exactly what I just did with every other application that you see in here using this template. What's even more exciting is Self-Hosted Pro is actually working on another project called Yacht. And this is something new that's going to be a predecessor to this template. It's still going to use the same JSON templates, but in a new web UI that's completely designed and maintained by Self-Hosted Pro, so we don't have to rely on Portainer. So that's exciting. This is that repo right here. Once this is ironed out and there's a good alpha or beta that's released, I'll be covering that as well in another video. So that'll be upcoming next. If you found today's video helpful, consider giving me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below what applications you installed using this template. Were there tough ones out there that you were trying to install before and couldn't figure it out until now? Probably, maybe. Hey, if so, let us know in the comments below. We also have a Discord channel if you guys want to come and hang out and have some fun, talk tech. All that information is in the description below, as well as all the studio equipment I use and server equipment. Anything that I really use and cover in my videos will be in the description below. If you purchase it through Amazon, it does give me a small kickback, and I would highly appreciate that because there's always things you need to buy and upgrade for the studio. That's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.